to the other side. Oh my goodness. However, we've also been talking about recalling lawmakers, and I listened to Morning Crossfire, and there's something that they said that got me really thinking, talking about verification. So I called some lawyers. I called Dr. C.A.J. Chinwo. Of course, we've already spoken to Richard Wokocha, the professor of law, River State University. I called some other lawyers, and they said, "Oh, see, recalling is basically INEC and the people, right? All that INEC has to do after everything is notifying the assembly that the process has been done and has been done the right way. But our process is done by INEC. But then again, while we're still talking about recall, and you should also know that these lawmakers who have defected are the lawmakers under the Martins Ameule camp, the one given the right to hold plenary by the Abuja High Court, the FCT High Court, or the Federal High Court in Abuja. And there is Martin Tamewule and I believe 26 orders. Is it 25 orders? I do not know now. But according to reports, some say 27, some say 26, and we say 26. Our report does say 26, so I'm going to go with our report. So 25 and Martins have decided to go to the APC. What does this portend? That the war will rage on. That's my take. I wonder what your take is. On Friday, we saw the governor dancing, "On your mandate we shall stand. On your man." And if you're on Facebook, this is how he was dancing it too now, right? On your mandate. Oh, I'm a very terrible singer. Forgive me. However, we saw him at the Chief of Staff office. So does this also mean that the former governor is going to the APC? Remember, he said, "I will never leave the PDP." So now that they have taken the structure, I do not know. Have they? I'm wondering. But if they have taken the structure, is that a legitimate reason for him to go to the APC? But then I was talking about the recall. So many angles to this, and my brain is running at 100. It's running on all burners. I'm talking about the recall. We're still talking about recall. And now these lawmakers have defected. And the Constitution is clear on the various ways to make a lawmaker vacate his seat at the assembly, at the legislative house. And one of them is defection. If he leaves the party with which or upon which he rose to that position without a valid reason. And the valid reason, as stated in the Constitution, has to be a division in the party. So what is happening? Can it be said to be division? Can it be said to be division, so to say? Because we've heard elders of the party say, "Oh, there is no problem. It's a father and son issue." I mean, there's so many angles to this stuff. But, I'd like to get your thoughts. However, we would have to leave politics and focus on development, because a lot of terrible things are happening to our economy. A lot of terrible things, I should yet again insist. So I'm going to quickly get to the next story. Remember, I still want to get your thoughts on that one. You can start dropping your messages on Facebook. Yeah, we're live, Nigeria Info PH. We're live on YouTube as well, Nigeria Info PH. We're active on X, Nigeria Info PH. Or you can go to my own personal social media accounts, Thekalada, TheKalada, and drop your thoughts. Remember, I still have that post. I have not gotten. I know I'm not as popular as I think I am, but forgive me. But I'm thinking we really need to talk about this, because we need to begin to look at representation. Yeah, we focus a lot on the executive arm of government. So I've still got that post online talking about your representative and asking you if you feel like you are properly represented and if you get to interact with your representatives. But then again, on WhatsApp, you could also drop your comments, 0809 030 6416. I hope I'm not rushing the number, but again, then 0809 030 6416. Now, to the next big story. This time it focuses on the economy, because I do think we should relate to economic stories more than political stories, because economic issues affect you and I directly. Like, it hits us straight. And so Dangote's refinery that some people celebrated last week to have received okay, so I've just saw something, and I'm sorry, caught my attention. Say, a constitutional lawyer, Richard Wokucha, says the remaining PDP lawmakers who did not defect to the APC this morning can seek replacement for the defected members. So Professor Wokucha, a lecturer at the River State University, made this known in an interview with correspondent Meko Otuka. He said the law recognizes the remaining 4 lawmakers as the only legitimate members because there is no party crisis or other valid situations to justify the defection. My goodness. And I was just thinking, I did not know. Okay, let's take a listen to what Professor Richard Wokucha had to say. Listen.
The other party can declare now that these ones are out of the assembly and they are the only members, and they call on INEC to do the needful or ask their party to send in nominations from those constituencies to replace them since they have abandoned their seat. So if the other faction knows what they are doing, it opens a new chapter for the crisis in the state.
So that's why I'm asking the question, can we define what is happening? Talking about structure, political structure. That conversation has lingered for so long. Can we define that as a division in the party? Can we, because that's, like I said, I read the Constitution very well this morning before I came here into the studio. Does that classify as division? I mean, let's use our layman knowledge. For those of us who are not lawyers, of course, let's use our layman knowledge of the law and let's talk for development. But just in case you do not know, once again, the ongoing political drama in River State took a very interesting turn this morning as 27 lawmakers in the River State House of Assembly, loyal to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, announced their defection from the PDP to the APC. Our correspondent gathered that lawmakers announced this on the floor of the House during today's sitting. The lawmakers cited division. Are you with me? The lawmakers cited division in the PDP as reason for the defection to the APC. Now, correspondent Suibi Ruari reports that the River State Local Government Amendment Bill 2023 also passed second reading during today's sitting. The political war is not ending. So they are taking the structure of the local government, because the local government elections. Okay, maybe that's me insinuating. I should not be insinuating. I'm supposed to be neutral, so I'm not gonna dive deep into that. Right, but let's keep reading now. Okay, I think the rest of the story talks about the political drama that's been happening. Oh goodness me, this conversation has taken all of our time. But I'm gonna move on now, and I'm going to go back to the story I was trying to tell you about, and that is the fact that last week we celebrated, or a lot of people celebrated, the Dangote's refinery receiving crude oil, about 1 million barrels thereabout. And today there is the report that hey, maybe you want to chill with the celebrations. Not exactly, because January 2024, the first or second week of January 2024, we will see the first products of the Dangote's refinery, right? But the products will be basically diesel and Jet A1 fuel. That's, they call it Jet A1, but it's, I think according to people who are in the industry, it's, one level of kerosene like that. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So those are the first products that will come out. Petrol will come out later. They say it's because they have not received enough crude oil, that there are supposed to be 6 batches, for them to, they're supposed to get about 6 million barrels, and they're going to get in 6 batches. They have the first one. The next 4 batches will come in the next 2 weeks, and then 2 million barrels per day will come later. So it's going to come like that, in 3 batches or thereabout. They're saying until they get it all, they will not be able to get PMS. But they have decided to go for diesel and Jet A1 fuel. Now, diesel is very instrumental to manufacturing in Nigeria. A lot of the reasons why companies are finding it difficult is because of the cost of energy. A lot of them run generating sets, and so diesel will, bring down. And remember also that another reason why petrol price, goes up in many parts is the transportation of petrol, and some of these tankers use diesel. So if it comes down, hopefully, I mean, we're going to use the diesel produced from the Dangote refinery to know whether it will crash the price or the pricing of petroleum products in Nigeria. And it's going to really be interesting, right? Because I can't wait for January. They say Port Harcourt refinery on Friday, they're about the GCO, the refineries will work, and so it's going to start. The refineries will start with the Port Harcourt refinery working January. So I can't wait to see how this will impact our economy, and this for me is something I'm looking forward to. I'm very, very concerned about this, and I hope you are too, because if we get diesel at a very cheap price, then a lot of the cost of production for a lot of sectors will crash as well. And just maybe businesses will not opt to leave Nigeria, and DSTV will not increase the price of their bouquets, and you and I can watch our favorite clubs, even though I think maybe we begin to look at the local leagues. I've got a commercial coming up. For Jet A1 fuel, it means that there is the likelihood that air flights will become cheaper, because I'm hoping, yet again, if the refinery does crash the pricing of petroleum products. So to the next big story, when I come back from the commercial break, I'll tell you about it. So do stay tuned. I'll open the phone lines immediately after that, and we will talk for development. You and I am always happy you're on the other side of the radio, ready, willing to share your thoughts and contribute your quota to the development. Stay tuned. Oh, what am I saying? Almost 27 minutes gone past the hour of 3. A lot of things that I've not covered because my syllabus for today is very large. My scope is very large, right? I'm enjoying myself as well. I hope you are. All right, so to the final big 3 story. Just before that, if you're joining us right now, you're welcome. You're listening to 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakurubatubu, and this is Hard Facts. and we are looking at the big three stories. We started with lawmakers in Rivers State defect to APC. I forgot to mention that Governor Fubara is reported to be holding an executive meeting. I do not know if that has happened or if it's happening. I'm waiting for reports to reach me right now. However, some people are insinuating that this could be in reaction to the defect. Diesel Jet A1 by January PMS again. Magnanimity, right? They have decided to donate their December salaries to victims or family members of victims of the Kaduna mistake bombing. And I do think it's a noble idea, but something struck me over the weekend when I read that report. First of all, it was the northern senators who came out and said, what, we're gonna donate our salaries and we're gonna give to the victims and relatives of the disease of the Kaduna mistake bombing. However, I've noticed that while this is a great idea, we only see such donations or such goodwill, or like I just said, our favorite word, magnanimity, when something terrible happens. So we can decide to give 50 million to victims or relatives of police officers who have died. We can decide to give huge amounts in millions to people who have suffered one disaster that could have been prevented, by the way. But when these so-called loved ones were alive, the government did not deem it necessary, to make life comfortable and make life. So it sounds like a ritual, like ritual killing, where I have to kill someone to get money. So my loved one has to die for me to be able to get millions from government, when government could have just created a conducive environment for businesses to thrive and put the basic amenities, and maybe some of all of these violence happening in the various parts of Nigeria would not have to happen. But no, we have to donate so that the Nigerians can see that we are good people, so that Nigerians can understand that we have them at heart. We love them. We believe in them. Of course, they have to believe. And the only way they can believe is when we do it. I mean, it's the same salary that they say it's not enough. So I'm wondering. Anyway, Scarlett, respect yourself. It's the bottom of the hour. 109 senators have decided to offer their salaries to the victims and family of the victims, or family of the victims of the Kaduna bomb attack. What are your thoughts on that one as well? Let's open the phone lines. It is the bottom of the hour. Yes, 30 minutes can pass the hour of 3. And let's talk for development. The numbers are the same. But just in case you are a newcomer, a first timer on the show today, the numbers are, the call numbers, of course, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We are active on X. Nigeria Info PH is the handle for all 3 platforms. All right, so GT Patrick Odogu on Facebook says, we play too much in this country. I might agree with you on that one. Matalayi Osaro says, is texting from Eleme. Says, I and the people of Eleme, we are strongly behind Sim Fubara. Rivers people should be focused and support the government of Sim. Tango Dabilija Tuegbu says, we are watching to see the end of the drama happening in River States. Cancer is now better than malaria. Courage Baba Wosu on Facebook says, we cannot close our eyes and pretend that all is well in River State PDP when the state is in leadership crisis. I see more crisis coming if we are not careful. Tamuna Yowuna Lily West says, Those defectors have relinquished their seats according to the 99 Constitution, Section 109, subsection 1G. The remaining lawmakers in the House should declare the 27 members' seats vacant now. Kingsley Nkem Odwa says, I saw this coming. Let E.N. Wike also cross over to the APC. I suggest that all APC members loyal to Rotimi Amechi should also move to the PDP and form alliance with Governor Sim Fubara. I've got Frank. Frank is calling from D-Line. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind? Let's get to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kalada.
Oh, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Let me come to River State here, where the 7 lawmakers defected to APC. Kalada, this afternoon, let me tell you, I'm perplexed right now.
Oh, you are?
As a PDP man and as a Rivers man, I voted for Governor Sim Fubara. And if I remember vividly, my former governor has been saying that Sim is the right person. I don't know what changed overnight for us to see this drama. But my own prayer is that let peace remain in River State.
All right.
Whatever the problem of my former governor, I don't know. I will not delve into that area, but I will pray for peace in River State. The 27 lawmakers, they have a right to defect.
All right.
But I'm a PDP man, and I'm still in PDP.
All right.
And I'm speaking as a PDP.
So you're not defecting.
To make PDP stand in River. This is my comment. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, Frank. Thank you. Zion from GRA. Zion, greetings. Welcome. What is on your mind, please?
Good afternoon to you, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome.
And compliment of the season.
Are we complimenting the season? I mean, there's trouble in the land. So they say there's trouble. But let's hear
it. Can be surmounted.
Okay.
I want to thank the 27 lawmakers for doing the needful. You know, they just took away cumbersome process away from us, which is the recall process. They just help us to make it easier for us.
Okay.
And I want to tell them, I want to say a very big thank you to them. And consultations are still ongoing. Our next move, I will not hide it. I will say it clearly. We are heading to the courts. To the needful. And I want to also use this medium to call on Right Honorable Edison to invoke the doctrine of necessity by asking those seats vacant. I'm giving him this privilege to do it for us.
All right.
We stand for the mandate of Governor Sim Fubara, and nothing will deter us.
All right.
Governor Sim Fubara is our governor. We love him and we will protect him.
Okay.
But we will not allow any iota of violence. We are peace-loving people. We stand for peace, but we must protect democracy.
All right,
and
Zion.
The interest of the Riverfall.
All right, Zion.
Congratulations to Singh.
Zion, thank you.
All his purpose as a governor.
All right, Zion, thank you. Thank you. I've got to go. Robin from HA, welcome quickly so I can get your thoughts on this one. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, Robin, welcome.
I know that I've never agreed with you. Each time I say we are conquered people.
Okay.
You say you are not a conquered man.
Yes.
When I say I am a conquered man, and with those who think like me, by the bourgeois, these politicians who feel that they own everything. They own the police. They own the court. Their wives are everywhere in the court. Their daughters, their sons, their cronies, they're everywhere. That's the way they think. But for those who have listened to me, either on radio or off radio, I have said it. I'm going to repeat it for the uptime time, that River State does not belong to PDP, APC, Labour Party, or any party in that matter. River State belongs to all of us. But however, the drama has just begun. And the governor of River State, His Excellency Sim Fubara, told us that former governor FCSA is a father and son quarrel. Congratulations to them. Good afternoon, Robin Maja the farmer.
Robin Maja the farmer, thank you very much. I've got Bright from Rumigbo. Bright, welcome. It's been a while. It's good to have you on the show. Let's get your thoughts, please.
Thank you, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yes, the drama in River State.
Yeah.
Just like the the last caller mentioned, Governor Sim has always made us to know it's a father and son quarrel.
Yeah.
But I want to pray that he gets closer to his father before everything becomes much difficult.
Okay.
Because with this guy's defection and some of the resolutions they read out today, they are out to make things very difficult for him.
All right.
And for them defecting, I have listened to some lawyers. These are some of the problems we have. Lawyers, out of their feeling and their personal opinion, tell us things that are actually not true the position of the law. The lawmakers have defected. Their defection does not automatically mean that they have lost their seat.
Okay.
Section 109, subsection 1G is of the 1999 Constitution is where it is stated that a lawmaker defecting when there is no division or merger or faction is an offense. That offense is an internal offense that will be handled.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you're going very far. Is that division or no division? Because I explained all of these things you're explaining, and the lawyer you're referring to also explained it. But is that division in the party? I know the lawmakers say there is division, but we have heard the party on several occasions, the outgone River State chairman of the party, did say there is no division in the party on several forums.
Kalada, I am not saying there is a division or there is a merger or there is a faction. No, I am not saying that. But if that does not exist and a lawmaker defects, while you were introducing the program, you said you have read the Constitution.
Yeah.
Now I want to refer you back, and if you can read it back online, let me give you a section where you're going to read.
No, I have the Constitution with me here.
Section 109, subsection 2, says when a lawmaker commits this offense, it is the Speaker of the House that will give effect.
But the Speaker himself has now...
Not the court.
Listen now. The Speaker himself has now committed the offense. So the lawyer that I made reference to... Wait, I'm going somewhere.
Fine, let's not argue.
No, Bright. My point. Wait, Bright, I understand you. So the lawyer we are both making reference to now said that the remaining lawmakers who did not defect will not be the ones to take the bull by the horn.
Are they the Speaker?
But
the remaining lawmakers the Speaker?
But the Speaker has committed an offense, so they have the right to put him out.
Hold on, brother.
Okay.
Forget what you have on mind and hear me.
Okay, I'm listening then. Quickly, please.
Yeah, the Speaker has committed the offense.
Okay.
Section 2 of subsection 2 of Section 109 says it is the Speaker of the House of Assembly that will give effect to that commitment of that sin.
Okay.
It's not the position of the court. It's not the position of any other member that is not the Speaker.
Okay.
Are you getting that?
I'm listening to you.
That's why I last started that the governor has to be very serious with the game now. Because these persons, already what we have in court is for the court to determine who is the Speaker. And at the end of the day, we know where the Speaker is going. So if the Speaker who will eventually become the Speaker has committed this offense, who will give effect to declaring their seat vacant according to subsection 2?
So now let me read Bright for the sake of education, because I had this argument with Gift from Yenegua last week. Now subsection 2 says the Speaker of the House of Assembly shall give effect to subsection 1 of this section. So however that the Speaker or a member of the shall first prevent evidence satisfactory to the House. We're going somewhere. That the provisions of that subsection has become applicable in respect of the member. So that means the Speaker can also be called to order if he defects by a member of the House when they prove evidence.
Will the evidence be presented in court or in the House?
In the House. Nobody said in court. In the House. The lawyer said in the House.
Thank you.
But nobody said in the court.
Who is leading the House currently?
Oh my goodness, Bright, we would continue this. I get you, but we'll continue this argument because other people are waiting.
So The same persons who are leading the house are the ones who committed the offense.
I get you.
And are the ones also you are going to present evidence to. How will it work in your favor?
All right, I get you.
There is no provision for going to court in this matter.
But you can actually go to court. You can actually go to court.
To do in defection of a member of any legislative house. It is internal affair of the house.
Okay. All right.
No court has power, not even the Supreme Court.
Okay, I get your point now. I get your point. And you do have an argument there. But let's listen to Ida from Inkoro. Oh, I missed that one. Obed from Jari, sorry for keeping you so so long on the show. On
Tell you that somebody cannot go to court. I think the person is representing the fact. Court can be able, it's the only court that can find out everything. They'll be able to interpret the law.
All right.
You understand? Then if somebody tells you, try to deceive people because you are...
Obed, let's not argue on people's opinions. Let's get your own opinion. If you have a counter opinion, let's get it. Okay.
Canada, you see, the defection of these 27 lawmakers, these 26, has actually made the voting easier. You know, we are talking about how Kumbaton and trying to record them is. So this one now has made it easier. You understand? For them to relinquish their position.
Okay.
They hold. You understand? Because it's the future. I thought, Canada, that what we are dragging in River State is structure. I was in Akwa Ibom the other day. Akwa Ibom State is doing better right now. Right now, they have taken delivery of another aircraft to add to the one they have. Now, this aircraft, they own it 100%.
Okay.
They are the sole owner of this aircraft.
Okay.
Despite the privatization. But here, somebody in Abuja want to drag structure to continue to control, to tell people who gets what, when and how. Look, it does not work that way.
Okay.
I think right now, what Liberty will need is to give the governor the needed support to ensure that he implements every agenda he has to be able to make Liberty better.
All right.
Which the former governor failed. A governor who has impoverished the state while leaving office.
All right. Obed, thank you very much. Obed.
Not attract one foreign investment under the former governor.
All right, noted.
So
Noted. Obed
will not work.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've got to move on now. I've got Andy from Rukpoko. Muriel, please be on standby. Andy, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Andy.
So, Canada, we have heard so many explanations, so many thoughts, so many mind-blowing, explanations from individuals, and also the law. The last caller before this one he just speak was trying to bring up a constitutional aspect on how this whole issue will be dealt with.
Yeah.
Canada, if there are books in the world, or there are pamphlets or readable documents that I can read, I will choose every other book in the world. But when it comes to Nigeria Constitution, Canada, I don't have interest in reading.
Why don't you have interest?
You know why?
You tell me.
Let me tell you. Go and check the statistics. How many persons that are educated in Nigeria? Then go and check the statistics. How many persons that are lawyers? How many persons that are doctors? Why am I saying all this? The electorate, the grassroots, many of them are illiterate. What am I saying? A lawyer told me, even before now, that the problem we are having is constitution. Because the last caller before this one came and explained some certain things, while these other persons will go and explain some certain things, and at the end of the day, we are expecting the judiciary to do the justice aspect. But when it comes to the judiciary, is who can pay and what do you have to offer to the judiciary. So that is where I'm going. So my own plea here is this. Whoever, we should ask ourselves questions. Now, in this position, because if you look at this whole thing, for them to have gone out of PDP to APC, the question is recalling important as at this time, one? And secondly, if anybody is to recall, who are we to recall? And at the end of the day, too, if recall is not going to work out at this stage, who is to go to court for those seats to be vacated? That's another question. That's why I'm telling you, constitution is nonsense to us in Nigeria. Thank you very much. And God bless you.
I may not agree with you on that one. It's what guides us. Muriel from Okrika, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yes, Canada.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, as they say, shall never end.
Oh, it shall never end indeed. Never end.
Oh, yes, Kalada. But it is beginning to unfold, Kalada. They're yet to see what will happen next in this state. Trust me, the players in this state, in this river state issues, they are unforgiving and they are brutal. Look, Kalada, there's an adage in my place. They say an elder does not sit down by a female goat this bed on the bare floor. Look, Kalada, the elder and the strong men in this state need to rise up. We don't have a strong man in this state. We have strong men. Look, we have strong men in this state. Elders, traditional rulers, they need to stand up.
All right.
What is happening now, Canada? This is just the tip of the iceberg. So I want to ask the APC lawmakers that are shifted ground now. Which of these factions are they moved to? Is it the Amishi faction, or the Muslim faction, or the NDDC chairman, the United NDDC guys faction? Which of these factions are they going to?
APC. They said APC. They said APC. Let's stick with what they've told us. APC. That's what they've told us.
This is a serious matter.
All right.
They need to, Rivers people need to stand up. Because we need to be very decisive.
Okay.
That we don't need this. Otherwise, what is coming? If we don't tackle it now, Kalada, this state is going to be a complete disarray.
All right.
Honestly.
All right.
And then the senators, it is not believable that it is now they want to show us that they have a human face. So are they taking data from the affected people in that area? Who are they going to be submitting the money to? Would they be giving it to the state governor, or would they be giving it to the local chief?
There's
NEMA. These are victims, actual victims.
There's NEMA.
It's so funny, our lawmakers.
All right.
And they are supposed to be educated.
All right, thank you very much, Muriel from Okrika. There is NEMA who has the responsibility to tackle emergency situations. So I guess they'll go through NEMA. There's also the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. I guess they can go through that as well. But let's go back to Facebook. Ikboy Kanke Udwaka says, lawmakers defect to APC. Why are people saying Sim should form alliance with failed former politicians in River State? Why can't he work with the ordinary masses? If this fight is for the masses, for senators donating money to Kaduna victims, I dare them to donate their allowance, not salary. Mutiu Abolanle Taye says, we need peace in River State. Elders should speak up. I stand with Governor Fubara, and I do agree we need peace. I mean, all of these back and forth, you're for APC, you are for PDP, you are for 27, you are for 4. I do think it's unnecessary. What we need is, a peace. Like Obed said when he started, other states are developing. Akwa Ibom indeed did take delivery of a new aircraft, or is it new aircrafts, to add to their fleet. And that means more revenue for Akwa Ibom State. Now, this is not even oil revenue. They are now, and Akwa Ibom Air is doing very well in the aviation sector. There is Kali Air for Cross River. So we need to begin to look at peace so that we don't distract our government and all of that stuff. So like someone said, maybe they should find a way to shake hands. Up until the next election, when we then have an opportunity to play politics. But Kalada, the former governor did not sing On Your Monday We Shall Stand, but rather On Your Monday We Shall Stand. Dondada from Umebule, you're just joking, right? But let's see. This one says the lawmakers can go to any party of their choice. It is none of our business. Rivers people stand with Sim and will resist any form of impeachment of the governor. God day teme with that one. Giadom Christian says, I am Chris. Sequel to the defection of the lawmakers. If Governor Fubara doesn't sit up, his impeachment will be closer than ever imagined. It is time for him to exercise his authority as a governor and stop being complacent as I'm not going to use that word. You're describing the governor of River State, so you should use the right words. This one says, good day, Canada. It is unfortunate that the guys are citing division in the party, PDP. If you are in a country where systems and judiciary is effective, they would all lose their seats. Politicians do anything and get away with it here. It is very unfortunate. Nicholas Erasmus with that one. All right, so someone just, gave me the good description, the right description for Jet A1 fuel. and it's called DPK, dual purpose kerosene. So yes, like I said, it's a form of kerosene. This one says mouth-watering food done for you journalists in the state. Interesting days ahead before our very eyes. Henry from Owerri. Unfortunately, Henry, I don't think I want to talk about it more than I have talked about it today. This one says, can the budget be passed? Can people-oriented issues be presented in the House of Assembly? How does the overwhelming majority of Rivers people or any people anywhere get to gain from a seemingly engineered political crisis in any way, manner, or form? Interesting, right? You earlier said, it is funny you're saying you don't know whether the former governor is the protagonist or antagonist. Let me make it easy for you. The fight is against the governor of Rivers State, and those negatively affected by these actions are Rivers indigents and residents. Hence, the former governor Wike is antagonizing the state. I get the broadcasting age about neutrality, but the facts are clear. Chief Barrister Yasin Wike is putting himself against the Rivers people. Let us ask ourselves what exactly we and our loved ones will gain by siding against the sitting governor of our state. You did not drop your name, but well spelled out there, I should say. Well written. Diarism from politics. It is seen all over the world. It is profited from it. If he now feels that overnight, after assuming office, that he is now a strong man, it is up to him. What I know is that he is not a grounded politician like Wike or Amechi. He is a novice in this field. Flat Earth from Port Harcourt. But you know what I would always ask Flat Earth? What if? What if? What if he's now grounded? I've got a commercial break. When I come back, I'll read some more messages to stay.
Are you into business and sales or offer some sort of service? Looking to connect with the public and potential clients? Then visit the sales and marketing team at our head office, AIM Complex, Kilometer
of Rivers State or Rivers people, but their personal selfish interests. If the judiciary or the constitution is anything of hope to the common man, then all of them are supposed to lose their seats. According to the comment by Professor Richard Wokocha, as a Rivers man, I stand in support of the governor. Harry Beale says, what has Governor Singh done that they cannot tell Rivers people that they chose to destroy the peace in the state? All right, we're hoping to see the document, and I'm hoping that the governor, if he has received the document of impeachment, the notice of impeachment, that he will make it public so we can see what gross misconduct he has committed according to the lawmakers. But let's see, this one says the defected lawmakers in the Rivers State House of Assembly to APC. Well, freedom of association is allowed, and this is a welcome development. Let them leave. Some of them, when they were in PDP, their constituents did not have access to see them and have a word with them, and their value system in politics has declined in Rivers State. I want to tear Clinton West with that one. Let's see. This one says, good afternoon, brother. Rivers State is always is always bringing shame. Lagos is going with IGR. River State is going down every day. Where's our elders, or where are our elders, I guess you meant to say? Where are the men of God, the royal highnesses, all of them keeping quiet? One man claiming to be the godfather for his own interest, and the state going down. Let us see the end of this episode, someone says. Annie Amagboruju Jr. says, let us not forget that in August 2021, Nyesom Wike as governor urged the PDP to file a lawsuit against the then Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi and Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade for defecting to the APC. Governor Wike said the decision of the court will help to address the issue of in-season defection by politicians. He said the action by Umahi and Professor Ayade is a violation of the Constitution because there was no reason for their defection. We watch, you said. But thank you very much for taking us back to 2021. Let's see this one. This one says, with the decision of the lawmakers, it has become obvious that their interest. I think it's over here, Kingsley. I read your message on Facebook, so let's use the available time to read some other message. I beg your pardon. Okay. My goodness. So many messages. But I think Ibe Mere Stanley says Jet A1 is called ATK, not DPK. Local kerosene is DPK from Stan. Okay, another correction. Interesting on the show today. We're learning a lot, I guess. We're learning a lot. Too many messages I've got to skip. We'll read some during the open season. Remember, the open season is after 6. After the major news at 6, I beg your pardon. But for now, we have to go in for the business news. So do stay tuned. We'll be right back.